Off we go. Good morning. I feel like I'm missing something. Like two little kittens. Good morning. How are you? Can you hear me okay? Are we live? I hope so. I hope we are. Beautiful sunny blue skies in Crowborough. How about where you are? Everything okay? Everything all right? How are you? How are you? Did you have a good weekend? It tipped down here. I mean, hammered down. Yeah, it flooded out the porch. I wish. And yeah, we had a little bit of a fiasco. Oh yeah, including the Vikings. Good morning, morning, love the kittens. Here they come. Yeah, I tell you, I'm in love. We went up. In case you're not wondering what we're talking about, Dave and I went up to Grantham, near Lincolnshire, I think it is, to pick up a couple of beautiful little kittens. They're the Vikings. The Vikings have landed, our little warriors. They're little orphan kittens, and they're gorgeous. Absolutely settling in. They're troopers, all right. And yeah, fabulous little. Oh, I can't tell you. Words cannot describe how beautiful these little animals are. Did we sleep? We slept like logs. Absolutely. They're downstairs. The good thing is, in the old house that we live in, there are lots of doors. So there's a door between the back kitchen and the cellar. Good thing. There's a door between the back kitchen and the front cellar and the front kitchen. There's a door between the kitchen and the dining room. There's a door before you go upstairs. There's a door at the bottom of the stairs. All good, isn't it? Yeah. So at the moment, it's like, shut the door, shut the door, shut the door. Because they're so tiny and they're a little bit nervous, as you would be. You know, they didn't get off to a great start, did they, in life? Being abandoned by their mother. But having said that, Gina and Mark, perfect rescue operation up in Bourne. Absolutely marvellous. So, yeah. Good people, lovely people. You'll know Gina. If you watch her channel, you'll know Gina. She does the exquisite buttons. Historian. Very, very clever people. And yeah, we've known each other for years because we used to do create and craft together as well. Another TV channel for those of you who are not familiar. And now we both work at her channel, which is great. Another TV channel. And Gina, she does just the most beautiful, exquisite buttons. I always think of her as the button lady. But when I say button lady, I'm talking about seriously historical buttons, 1500s, 1600s. Just beautiful embroidery. And recently we've started making her stamps for her, which is great. So she's a great illustrator. And so the stamps that she's now started selling on her chanda, we make for her, which is lovely, you know. And that's the circle. There you have the circle. So they rescued Ragnar and Eric, and then we offered to take them on because their little dog's a little bit feisty. So there you go, and that's the rest of the story. And so they're acclimatized. Do you want to see a photo? I didn't bring them in here because they're nervous enough without having to come all the way. It looks like a bomb's it. I'd never find them again in here. Seriously. Shall we have a look? Right, ready? Hang on. Before we get started, look. Oh no, look. Look at these two little fellas. Look. I can only tell them apart by the tail. Look at him with his arms folded. Look, with his little paws crossed. Me trying to play with them. They're a little bit nervous, but they're getting used to me. They were purring this morning when Dave went in. Yeah, I mean, these are frightening times for these little guys. Look at that, eh? I know, look, let me see if I can. Here they go, look. Oh. Yeah, more, you know, I'll bring photos. As they get older and develop their personalities. They are the perfect company and the perfect distraction. You know, in dark times, they're just little bundles of joy, really, aren't they? So there you go. That's our news here. All is good on the Western Front in our world, anyway. And those two little Vikings, Ragnar and Eric, are proper little warriors. They're beautiful. So there you go. Shall we get started in the Shack? Welcome to the Shack. Big smiles today. Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. And that's what we're going to do. And this week we're going, we've been colouring the toucans. Who can? Toucan, you can, we can. And so we've been doing a grand job of the toucans, haven't we? And I thought we'd move into the background a little bit today. So let's have a look what we've been doing. Are you ready for this? No one should be without two cats, Jill. And that's the truth. They're gorgeous. And where do I find the black card to order? So I wanted to say that lovely Lucy is in the building with you, and she will be able to direct you. Do ask Lucy. She'll give you any links that you need for the Posca pens or the craft card. Or we've got some really lovely buff paper on the website. Good price. And I was thinking, because next week we're going to get doodling again, and I was thinking that we might have a little play with doing white doodles, you know, just for a change. Do you know that this is our 130 today? 130. For those of you who are new to the group, come on in everybody. For those of you who are new, there are plenty of seats over here, you know, but you can mingle, and the heater's here. It's always a good place to sit. And if you're not sure, shout, just ask Lucy. She's there to help you. And if you're looking for stuff like the postcards, she'll give you the link. This is what we're colouring in. We meet every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we doodle and we chat and we hang out. And and we talk and banter and have a good laugh and have a little bit of a cry every now and again as well. Everything is okay though. It's all good. So today we're going to the two toucans, and let's have a look. I'll pull in a little bit closer in a minute. So we were looking at the tail feathers and the wing feathers, and then I thought we'd go into the background. I've got to be honest, I'm not keen on my hibiscus, so I'm going to start with the leaves, because I started with them and I spent way too much time. I think my mind was on the kittens and not on the flowers. So then I looked at it, I thought, it's too bright. So we're not going to do them that colour. Well, I'm not. I'm going to change them over here and tone them back. I think the green though is gorgeous. I love the blue on the cheese plant, and yeah, it took me a little while to figure out what was going on here. These leaves are quite obscure. They're very arty. Let me show you up close so you can see what we're actually going to tackle today. So there you go. So you can see now there's until you actually, I stared at it for ages to figure out what was going on here. There's a plant, there's a leaf there, then there's a leaf behind there, you see, and then there's another leaf behind there. There's another one down the bottom there, like there, the same thing. Got cheese plant on the go there, and then we've got these great big, bold, beautiful holy plants. My mum used to have one of those in the hallway. Huge. Used to be by the phone. You know, when we used to sit when the phone was hardwired into the wall, and you used to sit there on the stairs talking to your boyfriend in the dark, and this cheese plant, he was like sitting in the jungle. Hello, Graham. And this cheese plant used to be hanging over, and every now and again my dad would open the door. You still on that phone? Then I remember, do you remember Busby, the British Telecom, wasn't it? BT, he was like, was he a canary? Busby. He was a bird anyway. And my dad made a photocopy of Busby, and it always used to say, make someone happy. That was the strap line for the adverts for the telephone. Make someone happy. Call someone at Christmas. You know, it was that kind of strap line. And my dad put a photocopy of Busby. He was hanging up. He'd been strangled by the phone line, and it said, "Make someone happy. Stop using the bloody phone." Yeah, that was my dad. So there you go. But I remember the cheese plant hanging over, so you'd always be crouched in this jungle in the hallway. Huge it was. Right, so without further ado, shall we get started? I'm sure the sound is fine, otherwise I would have heard by now. Yeah, do check out. Yeah, sound is perfect. Thank you, Lucy. So what we're going to do is start, we'll decipher, and you do literally, you have to look. I spent about 5 minutes looking at these thinking, because it looks like there's little leaves. At first glance, it looks as though there are little leaves. Let me get my other glasses on. See, let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me get a pencil so I can show you. See, it looks like a stalk here with little leaves coming off it. So I thought, wow, that doesn't make sense. What's this then here? And then I kept staring at it until I realised that this is the actual leaf. This is the big leaf at the front. Then this is the leaf with the little veins. These are veins. Very clever. Designed by Mel, I have to say. Very arty. So if we look at it when it's coloured in, you can see it much better now. See, here's the big leaf, then there's another leaf behind it, and then there's another leaf behind the huge beak. So let's get in a bit closer, shall we? Everybody happy? Come on, hang on a minute, let me just, no, other way, great. There. That's better, isn't it? Now you can see it maybe better. Right. Yeah, and I gave the toucan a little bit of blusher. I thought he was looking a little bit too yellow. I mean, camouflage, not camouflage. So what I did was I took the blending pen, right? We can do it over here, I'll do it in a minute. But all I did was I took the blending pen and I ran through here, through this bit, and then I just gently pulled it into the yellow. That works really nice. It's a real smooth. These nibs, they're great for that. See? You just pull it in like that. And then what I had up here, I just made a little bit of blusher. See, he's looking, ah, there you go. You can always add a little bit of red, can't you? Red blending pencils from the Pergoliners, or one of the reds, whatever you want. Probably the better idea would be to use the same red as he used for his collar, grey. Have a look, here we go. Bit of white copy paper. See, make a bit of a chisel, because you don't want to put too much down. Put too much down, you can't get it away. So just tiny little whisper of colour there, let's say. Okay, just to make that great big yellow bib a little bit less in your face. See? And then you just smooth out the red. Little circular motions. It's a dry nib. There you go. Easy, eh? And it just adds a bit of shadow, really. I know we're on day 4 of these, and I know some of you prefer doodling, some of you prefer colouring. More people tend to doodle than colour with us, but you know, it is what it is. And I've got to say, I've got so much on this week. This week is like extra busy. I've got Friday telly, Sunday telly. I've got like hours and hours and hours of prep to do, and I've got 2 little kittens to play with as well. So I personally am very glad that we're colouring in, because the doodling always requires a lot of more work on my part, you know, designated driver and all that. So yeah. So I'm glad we're doing the toucans, and we're on the leaves today. Right, come on, let's have a cup of tea. Don't rush, Gray. Happy days. When we went up to, it's about 160 miles one way to get the kittens and back again, 160. And I didn't want to stop because I didn't, paranoia or what. I didn't want to go into a service plaza, and so I didn't drink any tea. I just didn't go to the loo all the way up or all the way down. But when we got to Gina's, we certainly did. Yeah. No, I didn't want to go. I thought, well, what's the point of being isolated for weeks on end and then going into Peterborough services? You know? So we didn't. Call me daft, but yeah, there you go. So let's have a, so I'm enjoying my tea, that's what I'm saying. I'm enjoying my tea. I think we know, don't we, what's sensible and what's not sensible. So let's have a look. We need a light green and a dark. Let's sort these ones out first, shall we? Shall we get these? Because they are a little bit of a challenge. So I'm going to use, with the polychromos, I'm using my green, which means May green. Who translated that? And 170, that one is. And then I'm using the darker one, which is earth green, yellowish, 168. But I tell you what, you could use any of them. And the pergoliners have got a smashing green, lovely greens, olive, sort of olivey green, really nice, nice. So but what we'll do is we'll use the light green. Let's do this. We'll use the light green just to establish where the leaves are. Do you know, I think that is what I had to do yesterday, just to figure out what it was that I was looking at. So for example, this here is one leaf. Do you see it behind the cheese plant leaf? Right. So I'm going to make a chisel. When I say chisel, I mean like the flat, like that. Yeah? Let's have a look, get my eye in. Right, now have a look. This is sky here. See, this bit here is not a... See? So we're going to do this one first. Let's have a look. And then we'll just very lightly, just establish where the actual leaves are. Yeah? And then we can always, look, this is just so that you see where the actual outline of the leaf is. So if we do that like so, right, that's that half of that leaf. See, and it goes in behind the cheese plant. And then this is the other, see, that belongs to the leaf. It took me a little while to figure it out. Maybe you saw it sooner than I did. But yeah, maybe we were tired. There you go. Oh, they eat as well, can't they? Little kittens can half eat. They're chomping through it. It's been a while since we've had kittens, so it's all new again to me now. Thank God for Google, eh? Especially because I get flowers, don't I? And I know that some flowers are not good for little animals, so I looked up. Good job I did, because I get on Friday Freddie's flowers. You know, I think I might have blogged it, or I might have told you about it. It's just a beautiful. They deliver fresh flowers every day. Well, not every day to me. Crikey, you couldn't afford that. But one, you know, as many times a month or a year as you want. You see, and so I get them delivered every Friday. That is my treat to me. Sometimes I redirect them more often than not, though. I send them to people or to my mum. I do. You can. It's really good. You just redirect them, provided you tell them before Friday, before Wednesday. You can get them redirected. So I do that quite a lot. Anyway, so these beautiful flowers arrived, really lovely on Friday. Now, where's that brush that I used to dust? Here it is. Right, here we go. Yeah, so these beautiful flowers arrived. And we'll do this one now. And Paul had already said to me, Paul, he'd said, you've got to get rid of your pollen on your lilies, because it's not good for cats. So I thought, okay, so I cut all the stamen off the lilies that were already in the house. Put them out in the porch, actually. Right, should we do this back one? And then these new flowers arrived, really lovely, and they had eucalyptus branches, and I thought, something in my distant memory tells me that eucalyptus is not good for kittens or cats. Right, so now we're going to the third one. Just look at the stalk, and that will tell you where you are, right? So I looked it up, and sure enough, not good. Fresh eucalyptus. So I thought, right, okay, get rid of that then. So that's that. That went straight out in the bin. I thought, no, that's all I need. I haven't had the cats 24 hours and they choked on the eucalyptus. So, so it's a learning curve. But you know, gosh, I said to Dave when we were driving up to, let's have a look, we've got one there, one there, one there. There's another one down here. While we're at it, let's do this one as well. See the little one down here? I said to Dave, well, we were, not the stalk though, not the bit in the middle. I said, it's a miracle, really, given everything that can happen in the world. It's a miracle that we even get to 60. I'm not talking about the cats, I'm talking about us humans. Isn't it, really? It's amazing that we even survive. Look at the state of my nails. That's because I couldn't... I'm going to have to give myself a bit of a manicure, girls and boys. This looks disgusting. Sorry. I'm overwhelmed. Right. Okay. That's on my list of things to do today. Yeah, I said it's a miracle that we get to a ripe old age, really, with everything going on, with all the possible illnesses and wars and events and, you know, deadly mushrooms and eucalyptus, etc., etc., etc. Isn't it? I think we should be proud of ourselves that we made it this far. Right, so we've got these 3 for 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves now. At least we've established where the outline is, like that, see? So now, what we want to do is get that. I really like this look where the stalk looks really like thick and deep. Do you see how you get that kind of feeling of depth? Yeah? What do you think? Should we do that? Yeah, okay. So we'll use the light, we'll use the one pencil the whole time, and then we'll only use, we're going to use a yellow as well. I'll grab a yellow. What did I use? Light cadmium. Just any yellow. You need a light green, a dark green, and a yellow, okay, to get that colour. Right, sort of look pear green sort of thing, isn't it? Right, so I'm going to go back to the light yellow, and what we'll do is we'll put them over there for a minute. Right, so here we go. Chisel. And then we'll come in here like this, and this is where we're going to get the depth going. So excuse my head. Right, so you're going along that stalk there, right? And we're just going to keep coming, adding another layer along that stalk. So the stalk stays white. And if you want to get in tighter, then all you've got to do is just turn your pencil and it will just it's a bit sharper on the flat, on the other side of the flat, isn't it? So do that. And then you see these bits here, just add a little bit of green in there as well. Look, just like that. Might as well. So let's have a look. That's the back one. So this is the front one. Think, Barbara. Right, here we are. So we'll just do a little bit then there. Like that. Okay. Right, and in there. Right, I think we're there, you know. Okay, establishing colour. Yeah. You spend hours doing this. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? Right, ready now? Okay, so we're going to go in here again. In here again. Oh, your diction, Grey. Right. And then we'll turn it round. I'm going to lean on my groovy guard just so that I don't stick my hand right in my lovely toucan, you can, we can. Right, okay. So this one's coming along here. So this is going to be along there like that. Just gently. You can get darker as you go along, but at the moment we just want to along there, just like circular, see, little circular motions like that. And then, so we've gone along that one. Let's just introduce another layer along the stalk, and you'll see it come together quite quickly when you do this. There you go. You go along like that. Can you see this all right? And then in you go. There we are. Going back in that one a bit. Yeah, so when Gina's on telly next with her beautiful button stamps or her floral, she draws them from old like Elizabethan art or tapestries. Right, really lovely. You'll love them. When she's on next, I'll let you know. I think it's the 16th of November, like World Button Day or something she was telling me. Fabulous. So, but I'll let you know when she's on again, because those, well, I know the stamps because we've made them. Absolutely beautiful. The first set that she brought out last month, I think they were, or the month before, they were exquisite as well. As soon as I saw them, I thought, oh, lovely, just for paper people, you know, just for paper crafters like us. Right, here we go. Gina Barrett, her name is. Gina B Silkworks, if you're looking for a company, if you want to look up her stamps. And she's got some on her website that are, we haven't made them, her husband Mark has made them, and they've got a more bespoke, you know, for like traditional button people. But we're making the ones on her chanda. But really nice designs. Gosh, she's good. Yeah, there's some clever people out there. She's one of them. Right. Okay. I think that's the thing. When you're in this industry, it's like any industry, isn't it? When you've been in the game a long time, you meet a lot of people along the way, you know. And some of them you just you gel with, and others you don't. You know, a lot come and go, don't they? Like Mike and Shona Bossum, the Encaustic friends, they're good friends of ours. See, I've known them, crikey, 25, 30 years. Long time anyway. And yeah, and Gina, she's a good woman. Very talented. Like Mike, Bossum and Shona. It's like a mutual respect society, you know. Yeah. And we don't tread on each other's toes, you know. We respect each other's art forms and we support each other where we can. We build each other up, you know. We don't compete with each other. And that's probably as it should be, don't you agree? There, so you see you're going along that edge, and you'll see when you look at it, see how it's starting to bow a little bit because of that along there. So now if this is the front one, like this is the front one now, let's have a look. Is it working? Yeah, of course it is. There you go. So this is quite, so what we could do now, we're on the lightest one still, aren't we? What's this one? May green. There's loads of different ones. May green. Right, and what we'll do is we'll go really lightly again, just lightly, just to get a little bit of a, there you go. Just get a little layer of greenery going. Yeah, when I did the hibiscus, I thought, oh, I spent forever on it. And I thought, well, it's rubbish. I don't even like it. So when we go to do this one, I've got between now and then to sort my hibiscus out. It's going to be the last thing I do, I think. Because it's going to take me that long to work out what I want to do. But I didn't think that the red really worked. I thought maybe I should have done a yellow one. Yellow or cream, you know. But I was so excited about the kittens, I wasn't really thinking. Typical. Right. Everybody happy? Yeah? There we go. It was a funny old day on Friday. Yeah, I unravelled a bit there, didn't I? It's all right though. It's all right. It's all right to unravel every now and again. It kind of made me stop and think and say, hang on a minute, Gray, you're not checking out, are you? You're not checking out. You're not. When I mean checking out, I mean, I think that every now and again, and when it starts to get really extremely stressful, I think it is for a lot of us at the moment, you know, with lockdown and tier 1 and tier 2, and you can't come over here because you're in tier, and we drove through tier 2 and we're into tier 3, and it's like, oh dear God, what is going on? And you know, the anxiety levels are on the up, aren't they? Of course they are. It is frightening, you know, it is frightening. Now, let me just check. This is this one here. Right, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do, just to separate out. I'm going to focus on the front one. So I'm going to take the yellow now, and I'm going to add a little bit of yellow into this area, you know, into these funny little, these bits. But only on this one, so that will keep my eye in check. So I'll know then. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so what I mean by checking out is it's you check out, you check up, you check in again. Let's call it that, right? I was thinking about it this morning, and what I mean is you have to stop what you're doing and then regroup and look at the situation, go through what's upsetting you or making you anxious, you know, put it into separate piles of fact and fantasy, you know, just because I think sometimes our heads have run away with us, don't they, you know? So if you check out of your situation, I find sometimes I'm galloping along and I'm going, here we go, oh no, and you run into it's like train crash, you know. So you stop the train, check out, stop what you're doing, have a think. Is that fact or is that fallacy? Is that a fact or is that just you adding your drama to it? Me, I mean, right? And then you stop, like I did this weekend. I checked out this weekend. I checked out of all the things that are freaking me out. I digested them all. I had a little thing, chewed over a few things. Right, I'm moving to the dark pencil now. Right, so I want to add a little bit more depth, if you like. So now I'm on the earth green yellow. Right, so now in we go again to that edge. Right, this is where it gets good. Right, so we're going to go in there like that and just add a little bit of depth. Just run along that edge there and you'll see, look, see how it suddenly gets more depth. You just get that chisel right in there. There, like that. Yeah, so what I'm saying is that I checked out and then I sort of did a check up, and I just looked very carefully at what it is that's getting to me. What can I do to sort it out? What can I do to improve it? You know, and then when I was ready, like this morning, I checked back in again, and here I am. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed with two little lovely kittens. They're part of the solution for me. For me, they're part of the solution. And yeah, so I think that's really what I'm trying to get to, is I need to every now and again, you know, when you're running a business and you're just hurtling along at stupid miles an hour, it's very easy to get caught up, and then there you go, look. So you've got the darker one. See how that, compare that with that now. That's better, isn't it? Right, quick cup of tea, stretch your neck. Quick cup, it's only not even half past yet. Yeah, you see, that's what happens. You check out, you check up, you check back in again, you got more energy. I slept better last night than I have in weeks, really. And I think it was because I stepped away from the plate, checked out, had a good think. You know, it is what it is. Got all philosophical, got grateful that I've even made it to 61, because in the big picture, that is a miracle, really, if you think about it. When you think about all the things that are coming your way, you know, it's astounding, you know. So that was a reason to celebrate, because I sometimes get a bit miserable about being old. And then I think, well, I'm not old, don't be daft. You just, you know, be glad that you are the age that you are. And that was me checking up, you see, checking up what I'm thinking. Yeah, the whole mind's it's a minefield, the mind, isn't it? You rock. Never forget it. Yeah. Anyway, so stretch your neck, smile. Oh, that's better. There you go. Beautiful sunny day. Look at that. Nice, nice, nice. I'm going on a diet as well, because that's been niggling me. Been piling it on. I think it's comfort eating or something, isn't it? You think, oh, well, whatever. I don't know. I know that I've been eating too much, and I've been eating like fattening food. That's the word I was looking for. I've been eating like loads of chocolate and biscuits and bread and right, and self-indulgent, you know. I thought, no, that's got to change, because otherwise I'm going to end up, and I don't feel good about myself when I can't get into my clothes. So I thought, well, that's easily solved, isn't it? You just have to blinking lay off the custard. You know. So I gave myself a little little pep talk. I bet I'm not the only one. It's psychological. It's like we want comforting or something, you know, because it's all going to hell in a handbasket. You think, oh well, I might as well eat then. That'll cheer me up. And it does at the point that you're eating it, but it doesn't make you feel better when you only got 6 pairs of jeans and only one fits. Oh, Barbara Gray. It's quite simple, really, isn't it? Right, so we've got that dark pencil. Look, doesn't that look good? Right, it looks a little bit stripy, so we're just going to tease that edge. Now, you know, don't you? Oh, hang on, don't go over that one, though, because that is this one going the other way. Of course, we can use our blending nibs, can't we? Yeah. Well, you've all got them now. We've just got to get them. No, you haven't got them yet. We've got to send them out. I cannot believe how many of you bought blending nibs in the half-price Pergamano sale last week. You are amazing. Yeah. So this is a dry blending nib. Fabulous for doing this. See? So it blends the colour really nicely. So if we put down, let's just say we want to put a little layer of yellow, just because we can. Just makes it look nice. That's it. And then you can blend that colour into the yellow. Look, right, and you just build up your leaf. Nice. And if it's a bit stripy along there, see, this helps. Okay, so you can see now, slowly, it's coming together. It's starting to take shape, isn't it? And then get the dark one again. I've got to get this third one in. Here we go. Right. Let's just get these ones in first. Don't worry, we're not finished yet with this stalk thing. Looks a little bit too white at the moment, but just get that, just define the white. You could, I mean, if you want to make sure to be sure, you take a white pencil and you can run it through there, but I'm going to try and do this without that. See if we can do it without that. Right, so we're getting that nice dark colour in that side there. Yeah. Right, so once we've done that, let's have a look, see if we can do this. Right, so you've got the darker colour, okay, and what we'll do is, on the darker one, let's see if you can see, what I've done is, I've taken the dark one and I've gone over the line very lightly, just go over the line now and go into the white area, like a shadow on that side. Don't go too far though, otherwise well, doesn't matter, you just get your rubber and rub it out again. But you're going to come in that side there, just on this side like that, right? So you've got to kind of follow it through with your eye. Right, so that now is really dark on that side, right? So it really gives that feeling of, you see that, okay? And then on the other side, let's just do one so you get the trick. So on that side, you've come into the what would you call it, a spine or this, yeah, the vein. And then on this side, we'll stay outside of it. We won't go into it, and you'll see. So now turn your pencil round so that it's, so that it's sharper, like that. And then dig right into the line. That's it. And you'll see that it looks really three-dimensional if you do that. Like that. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, doesn't it? Looks good. So then that one, you see? Yeah. You just don't want to go too far, otherwise. See if we go up close, see if you can see what I've done. Looks a bit extreme, but I reckon it works. Sometimes you've got to go extreme just to, when you blend it out, it won't be quite so savage. See, if you go in there, looks good. And then we're just going to blend it out a little bit. Yeah? Yeah. And then we'll take our blending pen. We'll just go like that. Tone it down a bit. Go in that side. Tone it down a bit. Nice. Yeah, good. Right, so it's just a question of building up now. What are we on? We're on this side now. We're on this side of the leaf. So I'm just going to bring this out now, graduate the colour. Yeah. I know some of you may think, wow, you know, I've spent a lot of time on one leaf. Listen, I spent hours on these and then I didn't even like what I'd done. So at least I'm happy with these. And the other thing is, what else are you going to do? You know, I think if you want to improve your colouring game, you've got to put some effort in. You've got to put a bit of time in. You know. There, that looks really nice now. Everybody happy? Are we all right here? Right. See, I can get in now with a bit of yellow to just tone that down a bit. Right. So I've done the front one. I'm quite happy with that. I could titivate. I could fiddle around with these leaves for hours until they. But you see how they look really. Looks good. I like. Right, so that's what you're going to do with that one and that one, right? So you don't. The only thing I would add is a little bit of grey. If you've got a grey, have you got a? What have I got here? Grey 5. It's quite dark, that one, isn't it? Let's go in with a lighter grey to play it safe. To be safe. Right. Let's go in with a lighter grey. Right. This is. Look at the. Look, lovely little cold grey 2. Oh, right. So now on this one, what I want to do is establish that this is in front of that. This is in front of that. So I'm going to come along here. Let me just look at it so I can see what I'm doing. Right. So this is the behind. This is this one here is behind that one there. See? Right. So that establishes the shadow there. Yeah, okay, that'll do. Just dimension, isn't it? Right, and then this one here, let's have a think for a minute. This one here is probably, now you can decide now, I think that one is behind this one actually. So I think this one here, let's have a look. Yeah. I reckon that makes the best sense. So this one here, so I did it wrong on the other one. I'll show you the difference. Like that, right? So if that's that, see, and then this leaf here, it goes like that behind the stalk, behind the beak. It goes, look. So this one here goes like that, and then it goes behind the beak, it goes like that. So this one here is behind, yeah, definitely. Definitely. See, I made a mistake on this one. That's rubbish. Oh no, well, see, this should be darker here instead of there, but I was just glad that I managed to work out that there were 3 leaves here. Oh, do you like me? You know, I was saying about making the, oh yeah, I was well chuffed with that. You know, I was talking about putting the moss, what's it called? Sphagnum moss or this stuff, right, that was on the trunk. And so I'll show you what I did there so you can see it. I was pleased with that. I liked what I did there. That was quite nice. I can show you that. That's easy. Well, easy plus an hour. Doesn't matter. Right, I can show you that as well. But let's do the leaves. Then on Wednesday we can do the cheese plant and the branch, if you like. We can do that. And then on Friday we can do the flowers, because by then I will have figured out what to do with these things. How's that sound? Right, so let's just leave that for now. Let that rest, because you can see that's darker than that. Look. That's definitely darker than that, isn't it? So it's just another layer, it's more of the same. And what's key is to take the darker colour, there you go, just take the darker colour, add a little bit more in there, right? And then add some more yellow in this bit here. That's all I've done, look, see? Just add a bit of yellow in there, and then add a little bit more depth in there. You do what you like. You could do what you like. You could make these bright red. You could make these little triangles. You could make them bright orange. You could do what you fancy. It's entirely up to you. It's your art. You own this. Now, let's have a look at that cheese plant leaf, shall we? Let's check it out. Now, you may remember we did this before when we were doing the little parakeets. Let me just... Right, so let me just come in closer. It's not finished, but you get a good idea. I've used the blue over the top. I've used the blue over the top of green, just so I got a contrast. Otherwise, it's just a jungle, right? So I thought, well, let's do a little bit of different colour. And what we're going to do, because when you actually look at them before you put colour in, you'll see there's no spine down the middle on these, where with the other ones that we just worked on, there was a definite spine already drawn in for us, which it's easy for us to work towards. On these ones, we're going to actually create our own spine. So see, look, right? Look at the two cheese plant, the big ones, just worry about them. And then when you take that away, you see, I've put it in myself. Very easy. We did this before, but again, it's just about establishing a line and then deciding what side to work towards. So let's play it safe again. Oi! Let's play it safe and let's use light green. Trust me, I'm no expert, okay? I'm self-taught. And the reason that I always go in with the light green first, one, I haven't read the rule book. So there are no rules for me, right? I've figured out things to do, and I play it safe by always going in with the light colour. It's obvious, really, isn't it? Because it's like dipping your toe in. You don't dive in head first and then go, oh, that was a bit extreme. That was very cold. You dip your toe in, don't you? And you think, so light colour, it just gives you an overall feel. It establishes the area that you're working with. And because you're not pressing hard, you see, it's really easy to put a spine in. You can take an eraser pencil. Those Faber-Castell ones that we sell are good. A pink one. See, the pink one's the one you want. You can get white ones and you can get pink ones. And the white ones are good for ink. So like for when we take the ink out of the back of parchment, they're good. Or if you get an ink mark and you want to get rid of it, like when you're doodling, then you can use the white. It's a lot harder. All right? But these ones are great for removing the pergoliners, for example. They're oil-based, or the polychromos that I use. This will take it out. Like if I really wanted to, I could rub out that whole area. I could really make that. It would go pink. I wouldn't be able to get it back to white, but I could certainly make that a very, very, very light pink just by rubbing it out. But I can't be doing with that. So I'm just going to start again. See, it'll be easier to start again and work my way around it. Because the thing is, with what we're doing here, to me, it's just, it's the process. For me, it's doing the leaf. And it's nice when it works, you know, but if it doesn't work, well, I'll go through the process again until it's what I want, you know. And so with these big cheese plant leaves, what I'm going to do now is take the lighter green, again, that's the May green, and I'm just going to establish where the leaf is. So it's just really, really, really lightly, like almost not touching the paper. And what it does is, I suppose, it gets your eye in, so you actually see. Okay, so this is a leaf here. Oh, sorry, am I not even in the picture? All right, there you go. See, so as I come round here, just by covering it lightly with the lightest layer of light green, I'm looking at where it is. So this is obviously a hibiscus here, isn't it? Right, for sure. So this is the leaf here. These are great postcards, just beautiful. You know, they make you think. See, there's another one there, isn't there? There's another cheese plant here. Look, you can tell by the holes. Let's look at the obvious ones. There's one here. Right, so I'm just going to take a really light colour. But I reckon we're going to stay with these, with this artwork until Friday, okay? Rather than rush it. Doesn't make sense, does it? The whole idea is to slow down, calm down, stay with your hands, stay creative, get out of your head. It's a very mindful process, this. See? So we've got a lovely, there's the cheese plant, there's the other one behind it, look. See? So that is that. Have a look. So that comes round here. Oh yeah, okay. So when you start to colour it in, you see, that's when you start to identify. So that's coming round there. Here we go again. So all the bits that are cheese planty. There's one, there's one, there's one there. There's another one over here, look. And there's another one there as well. That's part of the cheese plant. That's part of this piece over the back. There you go. So we'll colour this all in. Just light green. Any light green you got. Okay. Because once we've done this, then we're going to establish the centre, the vein. But let's get the colour down first. Lightly does it. There you go. It's very relaxing, this is, you know. Right, that's what we've got here. We've got an hibiscus here, and then we've got, here we go, another cheese plant behind here. This is part of the cheese plant. That is part of the cheese plant. That'll do. Okay. So, yeah, oh look, up here as well. That's part of the cheese plant. That'll do. So you can see it now. It gives you a better... And when you come through here, believe it or not, there's something going on in here as well, look. There you go, do that. What's this here? Oh yeah, look, there's another bit. Another bit there. Okay, so now I've established where the cheese plant leaves are. Look, you see, when you work it out, I've only worked on this one really, but when you actually work it out, it's half the picture done once you get the cheese plants out of the way, look. I'm looking forward to doing those fronds. One thing at a time though, Gray. Right, so once we've done this, then what we're going to do now, you see, so to my mind, right, really lightly with the light green pen. Let's have a look. It's going to go from the centre here. It's going to come down off the side, not down bang in the middle. It's come down the outside like that. Right. So I reckon it's going to be about there. About there. We're not drawing it. We're drawing the shade where it will be. You know, like we did there, except there was a line. Here there's no line. We're just... Right, so we can go like that. Like that. Right, so this is going to be the shadow. See now, if you get it in, you don't like where you've put it, because that happens. If you don't like where you put it, then you take your rubber, right, your pencil, and then you sharpen it up. Look, you can do that, like that. So, there you go. So straight away, you're sharpening up your vein down the centre. See? So that makes good sense now, doesn't it? So once I've done that, let me lean on that. I'm leaning right on that black bird. Okay. So once I've done that, let me add a little bit more green now in this area. Let's just concentrate on one leaf at a time. Okay? One leaf at a time. one area at a time, one thing at a time. There you go. So now you can see, right, so we know where that is now. So let me turn it over, because in my head, right, I've got to establish where it is. So now on the other side, I'm going to leave a little gully, leave a little gap. I need a bit of a sharper, right, okay. Don't want it too, I can always go a bit further away and then I can move in. Move in a little closer, baby. Right, see? So you can move in a little bit closer. Now, I know it looks a bit zebra-y at the moment, but it won't. You wait. So you've got your line now. See? Got my line now. Now I put the shadow in on the back, on the bottom and the top of it. So once I've done that, I'm going to actually sharpen it a little tiny bit because I need to get just a little bit more of a, yeah. See, so it's worth taking the time. I don't know about you, but I get a great deal of pleasure when it works, when it looks, you know, when it comes together. It just makes my day, really. Little things, isn't it? How are we doing for time? Oh yeah, no, we're all right. I must change that clock. Right. So you see how it looks at the moment? It's quite stripy down the middle, but that'll be all right. So what we're going to do now is add a bit more green. Use the flat of the pencil now, real lightly, to come in off that. There you go. And then just the flat of the pencil to add a little bit of a flash of green. Okay. And up there. It's going to come together nicely, you watch. Okay. So you can see what we're playing at here, can't you? But what we want to do now, right, that one looks a little bit blank. See, it doesn't have to be white. What you get the whiteness of the stalk by the negative painting, the negative colouring. In other words, by doing the bit round the outside, it enhances the centre. So now let's go to the blue, because the blue is what will make this jump. Look, see? The blue is what will make the vein jump. I use Prussian blue. Prussian blue looks really nice over the top of this one. Right, Prussian blue looks good. But I mean, any blue will do. Dark blue, navy blue, royal blue. Any blue will do. Don't get hung up on it just because you haven't got Prussian blue. And now what we're going to do is add the shadow. So I want that, where's that thing? I need that. Right. And what we're going to do now is just add, because I think that the sun, the light's coming from this angle here. So it's going to be darker on this side of the leaf. So I'm going to add a little bit more blue, if you like, on this side. Right, here we go. So we'll add just a little hint of blue over the top. We can always blend it with our pen, you know, those nibs afterwards. Right, here we go. This is going to be so cool, look. So just lightly, almost not touching, just add a little bit of blue in there. Oh, I just had a little flash of the cats in my head. Oh, I can't wait. That's the first thing I'm going to do, is pop down there and make sure they're all right. Yeah. Yes, go and have a play with them for 10 minutes to decompress. You know what I was saying about check out, check up, check in again? Even, you don't have to do it for days on end or weeks on end or months on end. Just 10 minutes, half an hour. Just, you know, sometimes when the day doesn't go very well or it doesn't get off to a great start, it's okay to start. You can always start your day again, you know. If you've had a rough morning, or you had a row, or you got upset, or something got on your pip, you know, all you've got to do is say, well, do I want to drag this through the whole day, or do I want to just park it and move through? Hey? Because in the end, you're stuck with you all day, you're stuck with you. You're the one person that you're stuck with all day. So you might as well make friends. You might as well make friends with yourself, because you can't get rid of you. You know what I mean? So if you started out today and it was going a little bit peak-tong, just check out for a minute. Check out. Just stop. When we finish doing this, right? Have a little think. Make a brew. Start the day again. Because it's only Monday. You don't want to get off to a bad start on a Monday. I don't know about you, but if I lose my... I nearly said a bad word then. If I lose my rag... There you go, that's better. If I lose my rag, I don't know about you, but I get kind of it's almost like, even though I don't drink, but it's like a bit of a hangover, you know, when I lose my rag over something. And I don't enjoy it, you know. So I suppose the thing is to just stop, check out, figure out what it is it's got on your pip, and then reconcile, make friends with yourself, and start the day again. Hey? Can be done, you know. It can be done. I've done it many times. I do it most days. Nowadays, it seems that it's necessary. It's a good way, you know. Don't spoil the whole day. Just get back on the horse. That's when this colouring comes in, you know, the SHAC, because it's a massive distraction, isn't it? You know, got to carry on with this. Right, see these bits? This is great. So you take the blue and you just, let's put a little bit of shadow. Getting some dimension going now, aren't we? Look at that. Isn't it lovely? I love it. See, put a bit of depth around there. So all we're doing here is one of the leaves. And then maybe, if you've got time, before Wednesday when we reconvene, yeah, maybe you'll have time. Don't worry if you haven't. It's not exam. I'm not going to test you on your cheese plant leaves or on your toucan. This is not an exam, people. It's just hanging out together and actually giving you something to do if you are a bit rudderless, you know? Or if you need to calm it, you know? That's all it is. See, look, it's so cool. And then you can decide where you want to, see, with the blue over the top of the green. Look how it look. Doesn't that look nice? Hey? And you can get it darker or lighter. Do you like it? Yeah, cool. You can really see it coming, can't you? And then where's that blending pen? What's that? Green. Yeah, that'll do. Right, see, and then when you come in over the top, it blends the blue and the... Yeah, just gently. And it just starts to bring the colours together, right? So you can use... Yeah, look at that. Cool. It really does tone it in, because you're just dragging the pigment around, aren't you? Love it. There you go. And then, of course, once we've done the colouring, then we can establish, you could take your light grey or your dark grey and go in over to make it the depth. See, like with this one here, where I went in with that light grey there, looks a bit cheesy. So I'm going in with the darker one over the top and just getting in tighter onto that. And it will, there you go. And then straight away, one is definitely in front or behind the other one. And if you feel you've overcooked it, then you just take your rubber, your eraser, nothing is written in stone. There you go. And then you just tone it down again. Take it back, start again. So there's no pressure here, you know? There's no pressure here. And there is something to be said for being quite specific, like stop and look, and then think, don't just power through and go, oh, that didn't work well. just stop, take a look, decide if you want to add a little bit more green. You know, maybe you want to add a bit of green. Maybe it's a bit cheesy. Do you get it, cheese planty? There, look. You might say, okay, I definitely want to add a little bit more blue under that hole, around that hole in the cheese plant. Just make that jump. You know? There you go. And that, my friends, is going to look beautiful when it's finished. There you are. And so let me see. Oh, I'll tell you what, one thing while we're finishing, because it's time to call it a day already. We're going to get together again on Wednesday, aren't we, at 10 o'clock. And there you go. Just bring that, there you go, just bring that red in. Just nice. So we'll get together at 10 o'clock on Wednesday. And if you have time to do your leaves, so super. If you don't worry, because Wednesday we'll just do another part of the picture, and you can always come back and finish it at your leisure, can't you? It doesn't all have to be done on the day. Look, I'm pinging backwards and I've still got an albino one up there. I haven't got to it yet. Doesn't matter. I'm focusing on the leaf. See, I've always got two on the go. So it helps me, and especially like if I make a bit of a baloney of it, like I'm not happy with them. I can't even put a butterfly on that, it's too big. So I get a second opportunity. See, I'll have another run at it, and I'm pleased about that. So there you go. Maybe you need another set of postcards. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to thank Lucy very much. Before I forget, I do want to ask you, because we had a really busy sale last week, and a lot of it had to do, because we were in production for those beautiful mandala plates, the groovy plates, which we sold out of, and then we made more, and then we made more. They take ages to make because they're so intricate, these acrylic plates. They take ages to make. They take the more intricate a design, the longer the production run. And so at the moment we're there now. I think my brother's there, but of course that slows down the sale. And because we don't do a clearance sale, we literally said just everything's half price, all the groovy plates. So what that means is we didn't just load up stuff that we had a lot of. We're making it. If you wanted that obscure plate that we didn't have, then Steve's got to make it. So it will take a little while. We're going for it. Steve's been going all weekend. He's my brother. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. And so please bear with us. Be patient. The mandalas are all going out today, I think. But the sale plates, they will take a little while to get to you. So please don't start hustling us, because we can't go any faster. Trust me, they can't go any faster than they are right now. The sale ones they've started now, and they'll be coming out, they'll be pouring out. But that's what Paul's on this week, Paul and the crew. So they're working on it, but just let them do their job and they'll get it out as fast as they can. Okay, so thank you for your company. I'm going to go and see what Ragnar and Eric are up to, so I'm going to check out, check up, and then check back in again, and I'm going to see you on Wednesday. Lots of love. Be safe, be happy, and be creative. All right, bye-bye now.